Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praises to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Prayer to the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding that are soon to come on the earth. I'm going to share a little bit of this video here coming from Wrap the News, talking about the title was We Are in the Debris Tail. And it's some pretty interesting information about what we're seeing here in the skies, because it's not just here in California, but all over the country. And it would just make sense because this is where it talks about how the dove has returned, or the Holy Spirit. And we're seeing these signs in the sky. And we know that the Holy Spirit is being unleashed here in the Americas. And then as we know about Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, about how the Holy Spirit was there when we were going through all of our other perils, during the times of the Exodus, during the times of the scriptures. She was always there to protect her children. So then it would make sense that all of a sudden right now, again, the Holy Spirit being unleashed to protect her children once more. And there being signs in the sky. And this world is all about deception. It's all about trying to make people think that they have everything under control. The Gentiles are always trying to make it sound like they have the answers to absolutely everything that's going on. It's amazing how they supposedly have answers to everything, but can't figure out who the Most High's chosen people are. They have answers for everything. Anytime you have a question, they got some outlandish definition of some word that will explain some phenomenon that's happening that we're seeing, because they always like to make it seem as if they're in control. See, if Pharaoh did the same thing when we were going through our punishment, we're going through our slavery, and when Moses was sent and he was bringing plagues upon the land, the Pharaoh tried to explain everything as if it had some kind of a scientific explanation. No different today. So they want to make it seem as if the fires is what is causing the distortion in our skies. The fires are the ones that are making the sky red and orange. But we know that they're always trying to do that in order to put the sheep back to sleep. These signs in the sky are for us. These signs in the sky are for the ones that are awakened. The ones that don't want to see it are easily put back to sleep. But for us, we know that these signs are just a manifestation of the things that our mother did for us before and how she's about to do them once again. Let's take a look at this clip here from Wrap the News. I'll leave the link in the description box, so if you guys want to go and check out the entire video. But he makes some good points here.
Like I said, what appears to be smoke coming from the sky is not coming from no California fire. It is coming from this debris tail that we are going through called Planet Hell. Let's get into it.
Right now at 11, out of this world and out of our comfort zone, the sun has finally set on what has been a very strange day for the Bay Area. Eerie, ominous, and orange.
Orange sky, obviously, and the overcast just turned people away today.
A lot of places in Monaco shut down because of the weather, and usually customers order takeout and not even that.
And this new video from SFO, a plane taking off in the smoky skies. You see it there in the air and on the ground. There is no escaping the smoke and ash.
We're on Treasure Island, and normally you'd be able to make out the San Francisco skyline behind me, but right now we're just barely seeing the Bay Bridge. And though more research needs to be done, health experts say all of this smoke exposure can create serious health problems. A typical drive over the Bay Bridge doesn't usually look like this. The hazardous, smoky air has obscured the city's silhouette. The East Bay didn't look much better. Virtually everything outside has been dusted with ash.
Everywhere. You got this ash everywhere, but you're trying to say it's all coming from fires. It's like, but for them, nothing is the Most High. Yeah, we have to understand that nothing comes from the Most High from these people. Everything has some kind of it's a man-made explanation for absolutely everything. For people who supposedly believe in the Most High, they come up with the Most High for answers for almost absolutely nothing. This is a good point here, right? This brother here made. Just listen to this as well. And it's all about research, doing some research, and not just taking, the explanation of the wicked for face value. They've been lying about absolutely everything. So why wouldn't they lie about this? Remember now, these guys in these high positions understand they never want to make a panic. Just like Trump said, he knew how dangerous, the virus was, but he didn't want to be he didn't want to start a panic. So he ended up just, telling people what they wanted to hear. It's not a big deal. We got it under control. They always want to make it seem as if they have everything under control. Now, if you got a huge planet that's just showed up and they know that it's the end of their time, do you think they're going to tell you the truth? You think they're going to tell you that, yeah, our time's up. We've been lying to you guys about everything. The Most High's chosen people have been awakened. The Most High is coming to redeem them. The Most High is coming to enslave us. We had them enslaved for 400 to 500 years. Yeah, we're going to be going into slavery for 1,000 years. All we can do is, just get ready for what's to come. You think they're going to tell people that? Nah, they're going to say, hey, you know what? A few fires. And from these fires, we have ash and there's red skies and orange skies that we've never had before. But these are just it's just some fires. As you can see, it's like it doesn't make any sense. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to let you try to enjoy the last bit of time you have before all hell breaks loose. Again, let's check this part out right here.
The red sky over there in Cali, right? The red skies. It's not from fire, folks, okay? Don't let them tell y'all that. Don't let them tell you. Because if it was from fire and it was from smoke, the sky would be black, folks. You get what I'm saying? Anytime a volcano happens, just listen to what I'm saying. Anytime a volcano, like a serious volcano, will happen, like the last time Yellowstone erupted, the sun was blacked out. Okay, you see the red skies, right? Pay attention to the red skies. The red skies is Nubaru, which is some called Planet X, okay? It's coming up with the sun, and it's going down with the sun, and it's getting closer and closer.
There you go. Take a look at that. I know this has been all over social media. I'm sure you guys probably already seen it. But check that out right there.
Closer. The thing is, now y'all can listen. Y'all ain't got to pay attention. I don't give a fuck, folks. I don't care. Go do your own research. These people know what's going on. Now, November finna be a serious month because November, Mars is finna go into some type of... Listen, man, go do y'all research on this shit, okay? Planet X is here, okay? For those of y'all that don't know what the fuck Planet X is, it look like two suns, but it's another planet. They calling it a dwarf star, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Okay, go do your research. Because right now, motherfucker, this is what they don't want y'all looking up. Look up. Pay attention to the sky. Look up. Stop looking down, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because while you looking down, folks, there's a lot going on in the sky, and I keep trying to tell y'all that. Now listen. It's this planet that returns here every 3,600 years, okay? The planet comes through and resets Earth. I bullshit you not. The planet comes through and reset Earth. Mother Earth is going to reset herself. This is how God come back, okay?
So, and then a lot of things the guy's saying makes a lot of sense. Do your own research. Don't believe what they tell you. They're not going to tell you that their destruction is imminent. They're going to keep that hush hush. They don't want that out. So I'll make sure that I definitely leave the link in the description box. You guys want to go check out Raptor News' video. Make sure I give him credit because, like I said, this is his video. He did a really good job putting the information together. And it's just something for the nation to think about. They're trying. They're not going to tell you the truth. Have they told the truth about the Most High's chosen people? See, everything revolves around us. We already know that. They've been hiding information in all these different books. And Most High makes them put that information together. And they didn't make them do it for themselves. He did it knowing that eventually that we are going to be awakened. And the Most High is going to send the Holy Spirit to lead us into all these books and all this understanding in order for us to bring the truth to the world. Bringing the truth to the Hebrews as well as the Gentiles. So now you start taking a look, and you start looking at the colors. You're looking at the orange. You're looking at the reds. And you can see the Most High is unleashing the Holy Spirit. I was listening to the news, and they were talking about the 6 hurricanes that have been slamming into the Atlantic, some places in South America, some places up here in North America. And they said that there's a really weird or uncommon occurrence that is happening with the hurricanes. They said that there's been 6, and that this phenomenon rarely happens, but it's happened to all 6 of the hurricanes this year. The meteorologist was saying that every time the hurricane gets ready to make landfall, it would increase in velocity and wind speed and the ferocity of the hurricane, like 15 miles per hour plus and wind speed every time before it made landfall. So pretty much every time the hurricane was about to make landfall, it increased in power in order to, bring more destruction. So it's like it gets right close to landfall, then it just stays right there and picks up speed and picks up power, then slams, into the cities. Then they said this is something that was really uncommon before, but all of a sudden it's happening with all of these tornadoes. All 6 of the ones that have made landfall this year have done that. And now you hear about this other planet coming to pretty much reset Earth, reset Mother Earth. And it would make sense because the Gentiles have destroyed this place. The Gentiles have had their run. They didn't want to follow any, the ways of the Most High. All they've worried about is money and making more money and making our lives miserable and destroying our earth, destroying the animals. And now if they know what's coming, they have our records. They know that there's a payment that's due. So that's why I wanted to share this quick video with you. And looking at, the clouds, looking at the red skies, thinking about how during the time of Exodus, we had to paint our doors with the blood of the Lamb. And now we have these red skies and orange skies. They're reminding us of those times once again. Thinking back again to the Holy Spirit protecting our people. And now, same thing happening again in the same lands that it happened before. Everything is playing out like it did before. That's why prophecy will not be fulfilled by looking over in the so-called Middle East, because those were not the lands where these events occurred before. They're going to happen again right here. One of my brothers was telling me, he was showing me something about how there were many nations that were here, and that Joshua, when he's coming into the lands, was displacing these nations of people back over to the so-called three parts. Well, think about it again. If this is a repeat, and we've got all these nations here, and the Most High is about to raise up his people again, it sounds then like a whole lot of other nations are going to be getting displaced out of the Most High's chosen lands, just as he did before. The scriptures actually support that, because you look at Joel 2, it talks about the displacing of the people from the lands, kicking them out of the lands here and sending them to more desolate lands. Now, all the other nations before, during the time of Joshua, remember, were in our lands. And the Most High gave us the lands of milk and honey before, and he displaced the people out of our lands. So just a thought that the Most High just kind of put on me to kind of share with you guys in order to maybe make you think about that as well, about displacing the other nations from our lands like at the time of Joshua, and doing it again right now. Holy Spirit was with us before, and now she's back again. The Most High covering the chosen people. The Most High having a covering over the Most High's chosen people while they are surrounded by the other nations of people. We're moving into absolutely wonderful times, perilous times, but also it's a time of fulfilling the promises that the Most High has made to our people. All praise is the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who was wisdom, who was Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahushai. Shalom.